Hi guys, my name is Alicia and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to install a stair runner. 2 years ago I completely redid our stairs. So they were carpeted, I ripped that up, I painted them black and installed the stair runner. So if you were curious about any of that process, I have 2 very detailed step-by-step blog posts that you can check out. Now you're probably wondering, why is she installing a stair runner again if she already installed one 2 years ago? That's a great question. When you have cats, you can't always have nice things, can you? Just like kids. So those guys really tore up the landing specifically. If you have cats, you get it. If you don't, you probably won't have to replace your runner in 2 years. But it is important to keep in mind that your stairs get so much traffic, so it's not a permanent solution, and you have to expect with using inexpensive runners that you're gonna have to replace them eventually. I mean, the runners that I got the first time around were, I think, $60 for a 12-foot runner, so you get what you pay for. Now, with that being said, the stairs portion actually held up really nicely. I noticed a little bit of fading, nothing major, but if it weren't for the cats, we probably would have a couple more years left. But the good news is installing a stair runner is actually very simple to do. You could do it in one day. I personally like to break up my projects and drag them out forever and ever, so I did mine over a span of 4 days, but that's definitely not necessary. Say hi, Gouda. Let's get to it. Day one was all of the prep work. So I started by removing our previous runner, which made me work up a bit of a sweat, but it was very simple to do. You can see that I forgot to wear gloves initially, and look at all of those staples popping out. So I highly recommend wearing gloves. Luckily, most of the staples came right out with the runner, but the ones that didn't were a little bit stubborn. I handed that responsibility over to my husband, and he said that adjustable pliers work great. I'll link those below. This time around, I'm not using a runner on the landing, so I had to patch the holes left by the staples on our landings at the bottom and top of the stairs. So 2 years ago when I did this stair makeover, the landings were just plywood after I ripped up the carpet. So I decided to cover them with beadboard, which is not traditionally used as flooring, but I knew it would be covered up by the runner anyway. Well, now it won't be covered up by a runner, but I'm hopeful it'll hold up, and we're moving soon, so I just didn't feel the need to buy new flooring. Before painting, I wanted to just do a light sand on the stairs with 220 grit paper, and I have a very cool hack to share with you guys. If you get one of these adapters, you can attach your shop vac to your sander nice and tight and get very minimal dust. It is such a game changer for projects, and you don't have to worry about getting dust all over the house. So I will link this adapter below, as well as my shop vac and my sander. You want to make sure you get the right size adapter for your equipment. So I'm using Behr porch and patio floor paints. This is what I used 2 years ago when I did my stairs, and it has held up so well. I highly recommend it. I probably don't even need to do another coat of this. There's like a couple chips I could touch up, but I have like half the can, so I figured I might as well just give it a fresh coat of paint. And the color that I'm using here is limousine leather, and it's the black that I use like all throughout our home, on our trim, and all the things. Stair runner install day. I am so excited. This is my favorite part of the whole process, and it should go pretty quick. I'm gonna time it for you guys. So as I mentioned before, I'm only doing the runner on the stairs themselves. I'm not doing the landing. However, if you are doing a landing, you can go to my blog post on how to install a stair runner, and I have detailed instructions on how I did that the first time around. Be sure to get plenty of carpet tape. I used all 30 yards plus a little bit extra. For a stapler, I use this narrow crown stapler, and the reason I like this is because I can use these narrow staples and they're way less noticeable, and it's just very simple to use. It's just like my brad nailer, and it won't strain my hand like a hand stapler would. I'm starting at the bottom of the stairs because it's the view that you see the most often, and I want to make sure it looks good and I'm not connecting any runners. Don't be shy with the carpet tape. You honestly can't overdo it. And you also have the option to use a rug pad underneath. You would just cut a piece for each tread, making it slightly smaller than your runner. For each stair, you're going to staple along the bottom and top of the riser, stapling every few inches or so. Just don't forget to keep your runner nice and straight and pull it nice and tight, smoothing it over the carpet tape, and then also doing a good job of tucking it underneath the stair nose. So there's a lot of different tools you can use for this. This is a multi-purpose tool that I use for wallpapering, but they actually do make carpet tuckers, and that would be your best bet. You're coming close to the end of a runner, so I just want to show you what you do here. So where I like to attach the runners is in the back of a tread right here. So I'm just going to see kind of like where this hits, and it's actually about on this line here, but I want to extend above that a little bit because it'll get covered up anyway by the next one, and I just want to make sure there's enough extra runner that it doesn't wither away. After you cut any of your runners, you're going to singe the edges. So this is something I didn't do the best job of my first time around. So you want to go slow and make sure you're actually burning the edges. This is to prevent the runner from fraying. Can you see that? Okay, change in plans. So you can see that I did a bad job of estimating because I thought this line was gonna back up to there, but really it just meets perfectly. I don't know. So because I don't want this border to show on the stairs. So what I'm gonna have to do is just take this part off. So what I'll do is I'll end up cutting the runner right here. So we have a brand new roll here where I just cut off the border and then again burned the edge. So here's where we left off yesterday. It was getting too dark, so I had to turn off the camera, and guess what? I have basically one stair left, and I was probably this close to having just enough runner. So now I have to open a new one. I got two 12-foot runners and then one 7-foot, which is kind of sad because I really only have to use a little bit of it. But I'm going to show you guys how I tackle that today. For the very top stair, I want to basically act like this is one big runner. So I'm going to have this border be right here. So I'm going to do this part first. I'm going to start at the top and then work my way down to meet that